Hey, good morning. This is a new series that I'm going to call Starting from Scratch. And so there's basically what I want to do in this series, and the goal of this series is to essentially walk you through if you're restarting from scratch your business, if you are reopening the doors in a post-COVID world like most of us are, and it feels like you're starting from scratch, or if you've gone through any company changes or anything that's just really reset the clock and giving you an opportunity to reflect. Here at Grafted In, we're experiencing the same things that many of you are, even though we are a marketing agency and we sell a lot of digital services. There are a lot of companies that literally cannot sell their product and or service. And so the way that looks is functionally different than what it would typically be. And so we are making many of the same adjustments and have been making many of the same adjustments that many other companies are. Although I would say not to the extent, we're not completely eliminated from the opportunities to do business, and we haven't been completely cut off from that. There are clients that have been able to continue to work, and so it functionally looks different. But really today what I want to talk about is if you were starting from scratch, what are some things that I would suggest that a business does? And here I'm in my on my porch here in Grand Blanc, Michigan, enjoying a beautiful spring day, and we're getting close. We're getting close to a lot of businesses being able to press the unpause button. In fact, we have clients that have said that their doors have been opened in other states, and just asking them what it's like. And one client in Kansas City said it's kind of like you hit the unpause button. Everything's back to right where it was 2 months ago. All of a sudden the phone started ringing and things started moving in the right direction. So I'm hopeful that those are the same things that you will encounter as well. With that said, I just want to talk about the opportunities that you have in the days coming and the importance of those opportunities, chief of which is to reflect on where to start. And so if I was consulting with you as a small business and you were asking me where should I start, there are a couple basic areas to start, such as looking at the product and service that you offer and thinking through the standard operating procedures to deliver that, and some of the internal structuring that I think is important for any business. But at the base of it, at the very base of marketing your business, is understanding who your audience is, understanding what your unique positioning statement is. Why should somebody buy from you and not somebody else, and or not do anything at all? And what medium of delivery will I use to market that product and or service, mainly thinking through my target audience and where they're at. So let me back up and just kind of walk through those steps one by one. This isn't a new concept. I actually originally heard this concept through Dan Kennedy, who's a direct marketer over the years and is a great source of marketing wisdom. But the marketing triangle that he speaks about is starting with your USP. USP is your unique selling proposition. So what is it that you offer that should be the leading cause of somebody to buy what you have? Not just the features of the product or service, not just like my doohickey does XYZ, but why should they buy from you specifically as a company? What is your unique selling proposition? What is it that you bring to the table that allows the distinction to be made as to why they need to purchase from you and not somebody else, and or not do anything at all? What is it that is what is the benefits? Not necessarily the features, but what are the benefits of purchasing from you? Think about base human emotions. Think about things that this will produce. For instance, when somebody goes to buy a drill at the local hardware store, the solution that the drill maker is providing is not providing a drill. It's providing a hole in the wall, right? To be able to make a simple hole in the wall. That's the end product. I mean, it could be, you know, use it as a power screwdriver or whatever. The point being, it's the actual thing that thing does that's the benefit. I mean, you could talk about, you know, the amount of voltage it is, the weight of it, and numerous other features, but that's not the thing that's going to cause somebody to buy. So you want to be able to identify the benefits of the product and or service that you offer. And then from there, extrapolate why they should buy from you. Understanding some of those things. A unique selling proposition is important because it's geared toward the benefits of your company, the benefits of the product and or service more specifically that you offer. And so as you begin to solidify and think through what a USP is and how that relates to you, Little Caesars or Pizza Hut, one of those two, it was you know, hot and fresh pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less. That's a USP. It's unique, it stands out, and it helps motivate a buying decision. They're getting hot, ready. It doesn't say anything about it being good. It doesn't say anything about it being the best pizza in the world or the most original to grandma's recipe or whatever it is. It's just telling you that it's hot, it's ready, and it will be delivered in 30 minutes or less. That's a USP. So think through what your USP is. And so that's important, because as you begin to target that message toward an audience, it can go a lot further, because that becomes a cornerstone to all of your print marketing, all of your digital marketing, all your brand exposure, and everything that goes along with that. So start with your USP. The second thing I would encourage you to do as you're thinking through the weeks coming up and the days and where to start, I would say start with thinking next through your target audience. Start with an audience. If you, for instance, sell numerous products and or services, I think it's important to just maybe think through the most profitable one and focus on that one until you know that you've got the system. Have the other things work in osmosis, but really drill down your marketing campaigns and efforts toward a singular product, service, and or target niche. And so if you, for instance, sell, you know, it could be anything. If you sell videography, as I have a friend who sells, who does videos. I have numerous people in the industry that I know of that do videos. It might be a helpful season for you to niche down and pick a industry that you want to do videos for. Part of the problem when we are generalist is that we try to speak to people as if they're all the same. The problem is, like in the animal kingdom, you know, if you could market to a walrus or a hippo or a giraffe or a lion, you would talk to them all differently, because they're radically different animals. They have radically different expectations and environmental distinctions. Therefore, trying to market your business and send out marketing material and or efforts that speak generally to everyone is a very expensive way to capture leads. And so you want to niche down, you want to speak to those different animals, if you will, in a way that's very unique to them. Your conversion rates will increase, everything will actually work out in a much more systematic approach, because you can take that model and apply it to different industries or different product offerings or different niches that you want to serve. Therefore, you know, think through the product and or service that has the most profit for you, that's the easiest to offer, it's the most maybe systematized. You can have different KPIs, key performance indicators, to measure which one you want to offer. But once you decide on that, pick a group of people to market that product and or service to, and or just market that and or product or service. So you have your USP, you have your unique selling proposition, and then from there you have your target market. Once that's accomplished, then you begin to think through, how do I want to deliver this unique selling proposition to this market? You know, it's only then that you want to, the questions of social media, YouTube, Google Ads, you know, those things are secondary to the two questions that have been previously asked. What's unique about what you offer? Who are you going to offer this product and service to? Once you answer those, then you can think through that target audience and go, where is this target audience? So for instance, we have a client that sells services for very expensive oriental rugs. The people that own these rugs are typically in $500,000 homes or more. And so as I'm peeking down at a map and I'm thinking through a marketing strategy for this company, I start to highlight mentally in my head what that looks like. If we were to begin to turn on the lights of all of the homes that are their target markets, we can begin from there to extract a projected income based on a predictable conversion rate. And so we can start highlighting and seeing, you know, if we're highlighting subdivisions with $500,000 homes or more, and we look at the radius of their service area, it'll give us a projected idea of what's the maximum cap of this industry in your geographical area. And because it's retainer services, those will be retainer opportunities. Also future builds, future neighborhoods that will be going up, maybe new construction that's about to restart. But from there, we can decide, how do you want to target those markets? Where are those people at? What are those people doing in those neighborhoods? We can do a direct mail campaign to those neighborhoods. And what you want to put on your direct mail campaign, the copywriting, the lead nurturing process, capturing future buyers, not just present buyers. Those are all important things that we'll talk about later. But right now, you figure out, how do I want to deliver the unique message to that unique audience? And so then you start to think through how that can happen. From there, you begin to ask questions: what should my offerings be? How do I capture their attention? So today, just as a business reset one, I want you to be thinking about your unique selling proposition. I want you to be thinking about your target audience. And obviously I want you to be thinking about your medium of delivery. What way will you deliver this unique message to that audience? Start thinking, where are they at? Where does that audience congregate? It could be a magazine. It could be, you know, you could find, like, for instance, we have one here that's called Blue. It's Michigan Blue, I think. And, you know, they sell to, that magazine gets distributed typically to lakeside homes, residents that have over $250,000 annual income, and a few other demographic statistics that are important for some of our clients. Therefore, that magazine is a source of marketing. So, in ways that maybe some sources that seem so relevant, so important right now, may actually not, because the buying decisions that require the purchase of your product are not going to happen on different mediums of marketing. For instance, Facebook or Twitter or wherever it might be, or Instagram. You have to ask, are buying decisions going to be made here? And therefore, then you can begin to begin your operations, begin your marketing campaigns. And so that's really where I would start. I'm going to show some examples in weeks to come, but right now I just wanted to start with this reset series, and this is really step one as to where I would start if we were at the baseline. I want to talk about your vision and your mission. Those are things that we've reformulated over the past month. We've gone back, and I've had some great meetings with our people and our team, and discussed what that should look like, and what that is, and what that has historically been, and how do we get back to that. And I want to share some of the great conversations we've had over that, and I hope this helps. And I think this will be this is a starter for you to get moving forward. And if you have any questions, obviously let me know, and I'll be sure to answer those. Thanks. Take care.